Hello everyone, I'm Sarah of Rich Textures Crochet and welcome. Today we're going to learn how to crochet the almond stitch, which I am absolutely loving at the moment. This is a delicately textured stitch. It's a fun 4-row repeat featuring some of my favorite stitches such as half double crochet stitches and slip stitches. Today I'm going to be working this pattern in a little bit of the Pima cotton yarn by Lion brand. It's a 100% worsted weight cotton as well as a 5mm crochet hook. Thank you so much for joining me. While you're here, I invite you to subscribe and take a look around. This channel is updated weekly with free crochet patterns and stitch tutorials. Our stitch today is worked in rows. You'll start by making a slip knot and then by working a foundation chain. Your foundation chain needs to have a multiple of 8 plus 5 stitches. Today I'm going to chain a total of 21. Once you have your foundation chain worked, you'll begin by working row 1 with a slip stitch into the second chain from your hook and then into each of the next 3 chains. So you'll have 4 slip stitches all together. You're then going to work 1 half double crochet into each of the next 4 stitches. Slip stitch into each of the next 4 stitches. And you're going to repeat that all the way across. Half double crochet into each of the next 4 stitches. Followed by a slip stitch in each of the next 4 stitches. You'll finish off this row with your 4 slip stitches in the final 4 chains. At the end of row 1, chain 1 and turn your work. We're now going to work in the back loop only of every row from here on end. So to find your back loop, looking at the tops of your stitches, you have these nice little V's. The back loop only is that horizontal bar that's the furthest away from you. So you're going to be working, inserting your hook under that loop only. So for row 2, working under the back loop only, slip stitch into each of the first 4 stitches, half double crochet into each of the next 4 stitches, continuing again to work in that back loop only. Next, slip stitch into each of the next 4 stitches. You're going to repeat that all the way across. At the end of row 2, chain 1 and turn your work. For row 3, working in the back loops only, half double crochet into each of the first 4 stitches, followed by a slip stitch, continuing to work in the back loop only in each of the next 4 stitches. You're going to repeat that all the way across, half double crochet, working in each, in the back loop only in each of the next 4 stitches, followed by a slip stitch in the back loop only of each of the next 4 stitches. At the end of row 3, chain 1, turn your work. You're now going to, for row 4, repeat row 3, working in the back loop only, work a half double crochet in each of the first 4 stitches. Followed by a slip stitch in each of the next 4 stitches. Repeat that all the way across. At the end of row 4, chain 1 and turn your work. You should be starting to see that almond pattern and texture coming out now. For here on end, for the pattern, you're going to repeat those 4 rows. So beginning with a slip stitch in each of the first 4 stitches, you're going to work 2 rows of beginning with those slip stitches. So slip stitch in the first 4, followed by a half double crochet in the next 4, and so forth all the way across. You're going to work 2 of those rows, and then for your next 2 rows, you'll work beginning with a half double crochet in each of the next first 4 stitches, and then your slip stitches. And that's all there is to working this pattern. You're going to continue to repeat those 4 rows for as long as you would like. You can then fasten off and weave in your ends and then enjoy this beautiful almond stitch. So thank you so much for joining me. Once again, I invite you to subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Until then, happy crocheting. Bye.